it was incredible to get away with my family for 14 days. And it was off the charts. Started out with a flight with the whole family, but then to just walk into that opening ceremony of the Olympics in London, it was crazy talk. And of course I had to do my, represent with my NAA USA boots. And, I was messing with them people, and my kids were loving it, and we're sitting there going like, how many people, billion, what did they say, 1 billion or 2 billion people gonna be watching? But yet, only about 80,000 people in the whole earth get to watch this ceremony, and it was off the charts. The firework display, the show, it was truly the greatest show I've ever been a part of, the most massive. Somebody said they spent 27 million, I don't know. The fireworks display were on the top of a stadium, and then on top of a stadium they had this great giant pyramids going up, looks like 45 or 50 feet, and there was like 10 of these pyramids, and the fireworks were shooting into the stadium. You couldn't even see, it was so bright. And the kids, they're just high-fiving. You're just going like, oh my gosh, is this really happening? This is crazy. And then we get to see the basketball games. We get to see USA absolutely dominate. And then, I don't know if I can make it through this, but the women's gymnastics, and that little girl, Gabby, God. I'm high-fiving my kids, and we're on the second row. It looks like we're on the front row. If you saw us on TV, and people did, which is kind of crazy, we're on the second row, but we're right there. And Gabby's like, we could high-five her. She was so close to us when she went out. And when they raised the American flag, you can imagine wanting it to be #1, and you want it. It's crazy. So that's kind of how it started. It was amazing. How about that, for giving you an idea of where it started? And then people say, what's your most memorable? That was it. That was the most memorable. And then this. We got to go out to Monet's gardens in France. I'm going to bounce back and forth because I can't remember which is which because I'm not a history buff, but we went out to Monet's gardens. You talk about beautiful. And seeing my wife and my daughter walk around those gardens. Now keep in mind, talk about family moments. I'm going out to see this beautiful place, but I'm talking to my son. I go, son, Normandy. That's where, we fought in the Second World War. And I was like, did you see Private Ryan, Spencer? I'm asking my son, and he's like, no, I hadn't seen it. I was like, you got to watch when we came on the shores of Normandy and how bloody it was. And he's fired up about this. And I'm going, the contrast between war and then going to Monet's gardens and getting to experience that with my family. I loved London and Paris because of the history and realizing you're in a country. You're talking about, we went to see Notre Dame building, 200 years to build, but to have 2-hour and 3-hour dinners with your family and just relax and knowing you didn't have to be somewhere else. I cannot express how much fun we had. 2 nights, the girls, Jane and Haleigh, said, we don't want to go to dinner, or we're too tired. And so me and Spencer went by ourselves. So we ended up having, 5-star dinners and got to chit-chat. A lot of people think you got to have quality time, but not quantity with your kids. It takes quantity to get those quality moments. And we had some of those quality moments out eating dinner at some fabulous restaurants, just me and Spencer. That would be a highlight, is getting away with him. And then my daughter, we got an artist to draw her picture of her, a portrait of her, and knowing that she loves art so much. And that's the thing that ties back into Monet. My daughter loves art. She's taking a picture of all these flowers. And then to have her drawn and treated that special, and people are stopping and looking at her and watching. And the setting of Paris, and her getting to go experience that was just unbelievable. And all the walks we took, all the walking we did, it was truly an incredible experience. And the whole time I'm thinking, gosh, if we could do this and get Adam Katz and all his kids, and Beth and Fitz and his children, if we could get, I want to go back And since I've been back, I've already been talking to Fitz about, Fitz, you want to go to the Russia, the Winter Olympics, or do you want to wait and go Brazil? Like, there's so many things we want to go and inspire other people. I hope people have commented to me that this trip of ours inspired them, and I was like, that's what I want to go and experience with my family, but I wanted to inspire them to work harder, to work smarter, to do the right thing so that they get to experience it. It was crazy. And then we ended it, to wrap it up, dinner and at the Eiffel Tower, and sat up there for 3 hours just enjoying the views and the family and the different kinds of foods and the people watching us and us watching them. It was, you talk about a romantic place. Me and Jane said this was our 25th anniversary gift to each other, and it will, there's no doubt, be one of those trips to remember forever, about how much fun we had and how emotional it was to get away with our family. And we're already planning the next one, and we're trying to figure out how we can plan our next ones by ourselves, but we want to go on more of them with more of our family, our extended family, our chosen family, those people all across the United States that are our best buddies, and how do we get more staff and people from the Alliance's headquarters to go. So anyway, that's my summary. I hope I cut it short and sweet, but it was a crazy trip.